And welcome back to Hunter Ice Skating Stadium on Awabaka land. Boxall Game 11 for the Ice Hockey Australia National Championships. On the ice we have the ACT against Victoria. I'm Eric Brook, and alongside me, thankfully, is John D. JD, hello.
Hello, Eric. I'm still here, having a great time.
You are having a great time. I'm having a great time. The players are having a great time. The volunteers, the friends, the families, the loved ones are all having a great time.
Let's just say everyone's having a great time.
So, how are you looking at both of these teams?
Look, Victoria surprises me this tournament because Victoria, usually across every level, historically a very strong side and just a very strong state for hockey. The fact that the girls are on the run that they're on, it surprises me. But look, anything's possible. And Canberra, look, the ACT, they're always an unknown quantity because they do have to bring in some ring-ins. Nikita Horvath not being one of them. Our apologies for previously, during a previous game, stating that she was. I told Nikita I would apologise to her. So yes, Nikita Horvath is actually from the ACT. She's not a New South Wales player.
And I know sometimes that's a big thing, depending, you know, you are either an ACT person born and bred, pretty much like somebody from Newcastle.
That's right. The difference, yes, big thing is, so yes, our apologies, Nikita, for when you watch this back. Can confirm you are from the ACT.
I'm sure she'll be delighted with you, JD.
Well, so, these teams.
So, having a look at these teams, Emma Moonen is in net for the ACT. She's done a fantastic job. ACT have actually had a shootout win against New South Wales and a 1-0 win against Western Australia. For the first day of this tournament, the top three seeds on day one actually lost.
Yeah, see, that's almost unheard of, but that could also then, you put that down to change of players, not necessarily sheer luck, but as we say, anything can happen on the ice on the day. Look, it's still, this tournament more so than the other one for the women is definitely, it could almost be anybody's at this point.
And so if we have a look at Victoria, they do have the choice of goalie. Olivia Gorino, she started this morning. Jade Davis-Tope may be getting the start today. We'll find out shortly.
And look, as the coaches, it'd be what a choice to have. The agony of choice between those two absolutely experienced goalies.
So warm-up is just about complete. And it is great to have your company, JD, and the company of everybody on YouTube. Been getting around and gradually meeting some fans in between games. Certainly a great atmosphere as people come in and out with their respective teams. Having a look at the Victorian bench now, JD.
Well, that is absolutely the Victorian bench. Well spotted. Look, you've got to know that these girls are talking strategy. Then they need to start putting some wins away if they're making finals tomorrow. And they get loud, as we've all just heard. So look, in the maroon, the navy blue and red, we have Victoria, and they've gone with, which goalie have they gone with? That is Jade Davis-Tope, old JDT herself.
So the interesting thing, and I did mention it in the previous game, when you have your last few seconds together, normally it's at the net.
Yeah.
The Victorian and Boxall team have always come to their bench.
That's right, for that last-minute strategy. I don't know if it makes a difference, but it's their way of doing things.
Okay, so centre ice, we are 15 minutes away from the end of the first period. Let's get underway. Let's do the hockey, and Victoria will come out of their own defensive zone via tank hurl, not via tank. That's the other side via Johnson. Centre ice. Coming back now for Johnson. Squeezing through a gap. Having to turn and chase is Elin Kenyon. Victoria near the penalty box is happy to try and promote the puck. That'll come towards Cafe Corner. And it'll come back for Island Kenyon. Trying to clear the zone, but they can't. ACT, they're stuck down at skate higher corner for the moment. Cafe Corner on the other side, which is where they are now. Pickering there up against the boards.
The captain now without a stick, Ashley Aparicio.
Losing the stick there. Here's an opportunity for Island Kenyon, far side, deflected off Johnson, who's been busy for Victoria this tournament in defence. Out of the zone, back into neutral ice. Aparicio, the bounce of the puck, favoured her there as she weaves and swerves in Gets a good shot on, but a good save there by Moonen.
Emma Moonen with the glove, as we've said. If she sees it coming, she'll do what she can, does the Jedi trick, pulls it into the glove.
So an attacking zone face-off coming up. Hello Newman will be taking the face-off for Victoria. Up against the boards, cleared in the centre ice. Across ice, Victoria go. Wide of Moonen. No action required there on the first attempt. It came in on the second attempt, and she holds on the right-hand post, courtesy of the attempt there from Newman.
Yeah, look, both teams starting off relatively strong, predominantly down the Canberra end. We'll see what Canberra, ACT. I'm going to apologise in advance for that, viewers.
Back now for Victoria. Well, you're still technically correct in one way.
They also only have the one rink.
Back now, ACT trying to clear it out all the way back down. Sending Tank for a chase up against the boards. No icing. And Victoria trying to work it out of their defensive end. Emma Moonen's been called into action. Davis Tope so far hasn't been.
So far only the one shot though, so we're doing okay.
Island Canyon battle up against the boards, back into neutral ice. Victoria just happy to promote it back in towards Cafe Corner. Island Canyon's done a mountain of work so far in this early 3 or 4 minutes. It'll come back now for Victoria. Here's Messina, who's been very, very busy in this tournament. And she finds some support on the right-hand side via Yates. Flung in from distance, but ACT were there in the slot and managed going all the way up the ice, and that, JD, will come back for icing.
It most certainly will. And you mentioned Island Canyon, the captain of the ACT squad. The woman herself, once again, no stranger to top-level competition, multiple-time gold and silver medalist with the AWIHL for both the Ice and the Sirens, former member of the national team, multiple times on state teams. The woman knows what she's doing. That's why they've put the captaincy on her.
So your favourite Victorian at the face-off dot. Just kept in the zone by Victoria. It was good work by Anshin. Kept in the zone again, firing, but it just got a lot of Canyon of the Island variety. Good poke check there by Borat. Entering the zone, Mutton scored the first goal for the ACT in a Zamboni corner. Victoria not challenged in the shots on department. Only one shot so far on the ACT by Victoria. And they work it out there for Zhang. Tries to clear the zone but can't. Mendham with it now. Here's a good battle. Zhang getting the puck, but it was a good work there by Krulak. Here's York now. York promoting the puck. She'll come off for a change. And it will come back. End-to-end hockey, not many whistles. Here's Newman again. Kept in the zone by Zhang. Zhang fires wide. No action required by Davis Tope. Victoria looking to get out of their defensive end. 11:15 remaining in the first. Still 0-0. Early stages of this game. Aparicio crossing all the lines. Getting sent wide. Centering pass. Found Zhang. Second bite of the cherry. Aparicio again. Cafe Corner. Victoria looking to stay down here. ACT looking to get out of the zone. Drop stick picked up straight away. Battle in the corner. That's Mendham. Shot. Deflected there by Moonen. Here's another opportunity from distance, but Zhang was in the way. It was on target by Tran, but Zhang just happened to be in the slot. Another opportunity. Wide. It was past the outstretched stick. And Mutton again trying to clear it out. Up against the boards. Pickering gets it better of that one. Heavy collision there. Arm stay down. Sometimes collisions happen. Just because there's a collision doesn't mean there's necessarily a penalty. Hockey is a contact sport, and women's hockey is a contact sport. Clearing the zone, Victoria on the right-hand side. Entering the zone, Mendham happy to dump it in. It's back now for Island Canyon, who, JD, it feels like she's been on the ice the entire game.
Look, Given the relatively short bench that the ACT have got, it does feel like all the players are out there all the time. And especially with the captain, with her levels of experience, you'd expect her to be out there directing traffic a lot more.
Across the face of goal, no action required by Emma Moonen. In some traffic, weaving, swerving, Johnson can't get a shot on. ACT looking to clear it out. Kept in the zone via Victoria, via Johnson. ACT looking to clear it out. And they clear it out of their right-hand side. Trying to connect there. And that'll come back now for Victoria. Back into centre ice. Dow, Aparicio. Aparicio walks in, fires, deflected high and wide. And somebody in the corporate seats, had they have been there, was more chance of catching that one than Emma Moonen.
True story. But this is what happens, as we've said previously, with the rinks that have got the glass. If it hits the net above it, this is where we end up with. Not necessarily with the other rinks that don't have it, that have only got the netting.
The Brave K, for instance, it just would have been play on, situation
right.
normal. Coming back into neutral ice. Coming back now for Tank. Tank gets sent wide. That up against the boards. Aparicio contributing. Back now for Messina. Clearing it out. Victoria working it out well. Opportunity here now. Working it in. Trying to fire. Spinning. Turning. Aparicio close call. Net stays dry. Another attempt. Puck goes wide again. Work here by Raimondo. Up against the boards. They've got a player in front now, Raimondo in front. Heavy contact there, but well saved by Emma Moonen. And that's the thing, JD, getting traffic in front of these goalies.
100%. That's the key to it. You need to have people ready there in front of the net to catch those rebounds, to be in those moments, to catch the pass. You can't just rely on the one person coming in from a 45-degree angle.
Attacking zone face off, Hello Newman. Clearing it out, centering. ACT there in numbers on the right-hand side from their point of view. Passing their own bench, it's Mutton. Mutton almost squeezed into a hole. It was good work there by Tran. Mendham now for Victoria, looking to clear it out. The backdoor escape, rather heavy contact up against the boards there. As can happen. Almost kept in the zone by Dow, but ACT had to retreat. Now they can re-enter the zone if they can regain possession. They have to go back for the moment. And Victoria clearing it out via the left-hand side. York coming together with Tran. Battle underneath the camera position and the central commentary position. ACT looking to clear it out. They do. And that will come back for Marion. Island Canyon. Left-hand side. Finding some support. Yates will come back now. Arguably the tallest Victorian on the team. Opportunity here for the ACT if they've got some support. Well and truly outnumbered there in Zamboni corner now. Now they can try and work it out. Victoria through Johnson. Back now for Yates. Centering. Here's an opportunity but squeezed out. Kenyon getting the dregs of that one. Going straight up the centre. Firing, but it just got the shins of the Victorian player on the way for a centering pass. Nobody from the ACT could take advantage. Good work there to promote the puck via Pickering. Pickering trying to aim for the slot. Needs some help on the backboards. Victoria looked to clear it out. Yates now takes it after the door of doom. Some soccer skills attempted there by Kenyon. Coming back now for Zhang. Zhang with it, left-hand side. Clearing it out back into neutral ice. Victoria will have it briefly. Raimondo starting again. Entering the zone, Paige Cameron now with it. Cameron with it. Having a battle on her hands against York. Taking over Victoria on the right-hand side. That's Yang. Yang with it. Cameron contributing. Cafe corner. Pickering. Up against the boards. Reinforcements arrive. That'll come back now for Raimondo. Raimondo. Pass possibly intended for Yates, but Yates was coming off for a change, and we have a whistle.
We most certainly do.
At least it's only for icing
It
and
is
not
only
too
for
many
icing.
players on the ice.
That's what I was just looking to see, if it was going to be too many players. Because I saw this in a game I was at yesterday where they were going for a change and kept getting done for offside because of the gate. Which happens, which is a obscure rule.
And it also does depend on how big your neutral zone is and where your gates are.
That is also true. I was at the Liverpool Catholic Club. Not a massive ice surface.
Not a massive neutral zone.
Also that.
Back now into Zamboni corner where all the state flags and the ACT flag are hanging. Back now, Raimondo looking to clear it out. Finds Yates now. Yates, nice centering pass for Cameron. Cameron just happy to dump it in and come off for a change. Battle in the corner. Ended up being centred in the slot. Victoria, there's a couple of players fighting for it, including Aparicio and also Cameron. Cross ice pass. It goes slightly wide of Raimondo, who had to recover. Kept in the zone by Yang. And that'll come back now into Cafe corner. Recommend the chips. Shot goes high, deflected by Moonen. They've been down that end, but they haven't really challenged it. Here's a counter-attack opportunity for the ACT via Schmitz. But Raimondo's back there to clean up the mess. Victoria back in the neutral ice again, JD. Not many whistles.
Not many at all. And young Elon Schmitz recently back from the Youth Olympics.
So getting forced into skate higher corner. Getting around a couple was York. Losing possession. Battle up against the boards. York entering the zone still, but Aparicio there helping to clean out. Zamboni corner. Clears out, uses the ball, finds Mendham, captain to alternate captain to opposition captain in Island Kenyon. Entering the zone, Mutton, deflected. Is that the first shot on Davis Tope? It is.
It absolutely is.
So Victoria now looking to clear out by Aparicio. The pass was slightly too strong, perhaps there for Mayer. And that'll come in. Almost kept in the zone by Victoria via Anshin, but the puck just managed to come out of the zone.
There's always a little bit of extracurricular chat happening there. That's okay.
Puck now, the puck comes towards both penalty boxes. 7-on-7 battle there with Pickering and also Marion. The penalty box door will be opening. You caused that, JD.
I most certainly did. That's on me. But I think it's because Sam's back in the box and they're looking for his frogs that he may or may not have. Who have we got?
So an illegal hit. So that's Pickering heading in towards the box. So it's 7-on-7 in the box. So that will cancel each other out. They were going to the same box there for a moment.
I don't know how well that'll go, but
that will cancel out. Should be nothing on the penalty clocks. 5-on-5 hockey. Coincidentals because it was at the same incident. Hands up if you did your referee's course in the off-season.
Well, that's right, not me. Oh, no, Pickering's out.
Hang on. She's been rescued.
Free Pickering.
And she's cheering. She's excited.
Sweet freedom. Where's the usual crowd that are here to chant free Ava?
Yeah, I know, right? Wow, it's rare to see a player actually in the penalty box just thinking, and they've adjusted the clock, so it's just rare to see a player actually in the penalty box settle down and then all of a sudden getting told, no, you can actually come out.
Yeah, little confusion there between what was going on.
So an attacking zone face-off and a power play for the ACT after all that. Back near the door of doom. Island Kenyon walking the blue line. Pass on the left-hand side, firing from distance. No action required by Davis Tope. Mendham in the corner. Good work there by the ACT. It'll be kept in the zone, out of the zone now. So the ACT have to come back from the rescue to Pickering. Mendham, Kenyon, and that'll come back now. Centre ice, trying to find Pickering, but couldn't. And that will be entering the zone of the Dilly variety, Dilly Kenyon. And it's hard because you can't even strictly say E Kenyon and E Kenyon because they both officially start with E.
That's right, even though I've never heard anybody use Dilly Kenyon's full name before.
And there is another penalty
we have
coming.
Another whistle. Delayed penalty.
Victoria touch up. Penalty box door again will be opening. Interference to call on this occasion. The first one was an illegal hit. And the Victorians are about to have 2 players in the penalty box, so 5-on-3 for 68 seconds.
Briar Johnson
Who,
pleading
me?
her innocence.
Who, me, she says?
Tell your story to Sam.
Tell your story, walking pal.
That's right. Well, she'd already finished getting there, so I'm like, just tell Sam. He'll listen.
Sam in his Washington Capital 77 jersey with his own name on the back instead of TJ Oshie. Triggered.
Oh, look, it is what it is.
I know it is what it is, but Oshie happens to be my favourite NHL player. There's a fun fact. So the net's off.
The net is off, but nobody's noticed as yet.
Back now for Island Canyon. So 58 seconds of 5-on-3. Here's Pickering. Pickering getting caught up against the boards. Reinforcements arrive. Ashley Aparicio, the skipper of the Big White V.
Oh, captain, their captain.
I haven't even used that one yet. Kenyon, it just feels wrong. Kenyon. Kenyon on the blue line of the Island variety. Left-hand circle, centering. Only aforementioned captain. Clearing it out, Aparicio. No icing on the penalty kill. 25 seconds remaining of the 5-on-3 for the ACT before Victoria get a player back. Kenyon just promoting it back to where the player had come. They'll try the right-hand side. But providing great pressure there was Yang, delaying the power play from being at the correct end from an ACT point of view. Mutton, Zamboni corner, falling, trying to show desperation to get up. Pinballs along, kept in the zone. One player back and getting straight into the action already for Victoria. Cleared out of the zone via Yang.
And we have a whistle.
We do have a whistle. I was concentrating out of the corner of my eye for the instructions for the Victoria players who's in the box.
Yeah. Our stripy friend's having a bit of a confab.
So we're going to have a neutral zone face-off closest to the Victorian penalty box that is currently occupied for the next 40 seconds.
Just waiting on words to come through as to exactly what's going on.
So Victoria are all over at their bench. So our referee, Davida Paul, just going over towards both benches. So trying to overhear what's going on here, JD.
That's right. That's our apologies, viewers, for the radio silence. But from where we stand, we can almost hear what's happening down at the bench.
So ACT are ready to go at the face-off dot. Ashley Aparicio, captain of Victoria, about to glide over to said face-off dot. So 40 seconds remaining of the ACT power play. They're just outside their attacking zone. Mutton now trying to promote it in from neutral ice. Victoria are there in numbers and they clear it out. Messina now trying to get inside but couldn't. She's got some speed, JD.
She most certainly does. It does our yo-yo.
Aparicio. I did briefly mention that a little bit earlier. Shots fired in. Aparicio.
Oh, captain, their captain, plants one.
A very short-handed goal with 13 seconds remaining in the power play for ACT. Isn't she pumped up about this Aparicio?
Oh, look, she always is. But look, when we're talking about Island Canyon's achievements earlier, we'll talk about the other captain for a second. Also, no stranger to top-level hockey. Multiple tours with national teams for both ice and inline hockey. Multiple medals with the Melbourne Ice women's team. Multiple championships in inline hockey. She knows what she's doing.
And she also seems to be one of these people who just doesn't age.
No, she's an elf.
Doesn't matter how much experience they have. So power play just about over for the ACT. 1-0 now to Victoria thanks to Ashley Aparicio. And ACT enter the zone. Back for Pickering, centering pass. Couldn't quite connect. And cleared out of immediate danger by Victoria, by Johnson. Johnson now looking to go the whole length for the ice, crosses all the lines, getting sent wide. And that, JD, is the end of the period.
What a period of Boxall hockey that was. That literally could have gone either way. And look at the shots on goal, 5-1. What does that say to the defensive streak, or the defensive strength rather, of both teams?
Absolutely does. Now, we know who scored.
We do.
You definitely know who scored.
I do.
But I just want to see if there is an assist.
If there's assist on that, or
on the play.
If Ash did it all on our own.
So, how are you seeing this game, JD?
Look, this is probably no disrespect meant to any of the other teams or any of the other games. This is probably one of the strongest periods, like overall, just looking at it in its own vacuum, of hockey that we've seen so far throughout this Boxall tournament. There was just strong performances from both sides. I think that's everything you could have asked for, and balanced as well. And, you know, a couple of penalties are always fun.
So the question is
yes.
this a Victorian team that hasn't won a game?
Well,
I know they haven't, but should they?
They don't. This is what we've said before when we were talking off air about it. This team, you look at it and the way they've played, it's just been unfortunate losses. They should have won a bunch of games. And as I said at the top of the game, historically, Victoria always performs strongly. But they also bring a lot of their national team players and a lot of their Melbourne Ice women's players, and underrepresented in this particular tournament in both those facts.
So having a look at the scoring summary, Ashley Aparicio's second goal of the tournament, unassisted, short-handed goal.
Excellent. Now we'll see what the ACT will do in return. I have no doubt they will come out, and this is absolutely pun intended, they will come out firing.
So 5-on-5 hockey to start the second period. Shots on goal favouring Victoria 5-1. 1-0 the score to Victoria against the ACT. All is in readiness, and we're underway for the second period. Pickering back with it now. Kenyon of the Island variety back now. Pickering trying to squeeze through a gap on her fellow number 7. Back to centre ice, neutral ice. Aparicio was blocked, couldn't get a good shot on. Opportunity here for ACT as the defenders get back for Victoria. Behind the Davis-Tope net. Pickering again. ACT trying to get out of that corner. Players come down. Opening 40 seconds of the period. Now the ACT have a bit of breathing space. Kept in the zone by Island Kenyon. Battle up against the boards. There is a penalty coming. Penalty box door will be opening.
It certainly will. And which way is it going this time? And we have another Melbourne penalty. Once again, Briar Johnson going for another rest. And
again, she can't believe it.
And very loudly protesting her innocence this time round.
So 2 minutes for boarding the call. ACT, JD.
Look, if they were going to do it, this is the time to do it. You've been on basically the power play for 6 minutes at this point, effectively. You need to capitalise. But that said, the 1-0 mountain is more of a molehill.
Not insurmountable by any stretch of the imagination. Island Kenyon, give and go with York. Back now for Island Kenyon. Puck goes behind briefly, recovering. Back into neutral ice. All the way back down. Here's an opportunity. York has to come back rather fast, and she does. So ACT on the power play for the next 90 seconds. They're at the wrong end briefly. Kept in the zone well by Victoria, but the ACT are with it via York. Looking to clear it out, finding Pickering. Pickering cross ice pass, well kept in the zone via Mendham. Island Kenyon clearing it out, kept in the zone again by Isabella Raimondo. Eating valuable seconds off the power play. ACT are on the power play, but they're at the wrong end. Firing, but spraying it wide was Victoria in Mendham. Around one, it was good work by Pickering, but coming in Aparicio with that burst of speed. Back now, Island Kenyon behind her own net, captain on captain. Don't always get to say that anymore.
No.
Depending on where the captains are on the ice.
That's right.
Still 38 seconds of the ACT power play. They've only just entered their zone now. Luckily spun out of that hit, I think. Up in the corner, cafe corner. Yang there for Victoria. ACT, I don't think have even managed to get a shot on really during this power play. Zhang does a good job initially keeping in the zone. Aparicio again looking for goal number 2. Short-handed goal number 2.
That's 2 for the captain.
And that's exactly what she's done. A short-handed goal, probably unassisted.
I would say so. We'll have a very much a deja vu of the last one.
A copy and paste job from the previous goal.
Control-C, Control-V is exactly what has happened there. But look, I was mentioning, the usual lineup that Victoria have got with national team players and Melbourne Ice players. You look at the ACT squad. There's a lot of Sydney Sirens on that team. There's a lot of girls who have done tours with national teams, under 18 squad. Not to rule them out at all.
So 2-0. Or if you want to put it this way, JD.
It's Aparicio 2.
Aparicio 2, ACT 0, if you want to put it that way.
You can put it that way if you so choose.
Back now into neutral ice. Pickering, cross ice pass. Entering the zone now, but going offside.
And you can see that Pickering knew it too, the way she threw her head back. It's so easy to do.
Absolutely it is. So back to neutral ice we'll go. Neutral zone face-off closest towards the ACT penalty box. 12:04 remaining before the Zamboni break. Zhang back into the Victorian defensive zone briefly. Zhang has to turn and chase. She's getting pressured there by Cashin. Up against the boards. Dilly Kenyon. Here's an opportunity for Brunt. Brunt looking to fire but can't. Coming back, Yates from a distance and squeezing herself into a gap and dispossessing ACT of the puck. Battling and digging near the blue line. And it's a good opportunity there for Stringer. Now it's cleared out for Victoria back towards neutral ice. York coming back for the ACT. York now stopping, propping, looking to reverse the direction of the attack. Kept into neutral ice there by Stringer, promoted back in. Victoria had to retreat. New boats coming on as old boats come in. Bore it. Almost out as the Victorian bench door was closing. Almost went out. York getting pressured. Paige Cameron with it now. And it will come back for Victoria, who will try and clear it out via the far side. Island Kenyon. She's battling up against Cashin. The penalty boxes for now, JD, are empty.
For the moment. Give it a minute.
Back now for Borat. Across now for Paige Cameron. Cameron with it. Her and I actually share a name in a way. Back now.
Yeah.
Sending the pass there was Messina. Up against the boards. Centering, trying to fire but couldn't. Lots of players in the slot. ACT looked to clear it out. They cleared it out via the wall near the Victorian bench. Coming back down, there will be a penalty on that tripping call.
Told you it wouldn't be long until there was a whistle.
Hooking the call. Penalty box door will be opening and the ACT JD heading back to the power play.
He certainly will. But hey, at least this one wasn't Briar Johnson. Got an Ellen Anshin going for a little sit down with the gentleman over there.
So Brunt now will take the attacking zone face off from the start of the ACT power play, JD.
She absolutely will. Will their shootout saviour from the other day?
ACT PPJD.
Yeah.
That's a mouthful. Island Canyon promoting it towards Cafe Corner. Pickering got a good bounce from her point of view. Cross-ice passer needs somebody in the slot, but Victoria were there, and she was there well. Tran. Here's an opportunity now for Mendham centering. The ricochet didn't help Victoria, and it will come back now for Pickering. Pickering coming back, also coming back. Tran back in the corner, Cafe Corner. Here's Brunt on the attack. Brunt firing. Davis Tope digging, but safe.
JDT with the save, which is always impressive to do against Ebony Brunt.
So 1 minute 22 remaining of the ACT power play. Replay action of Netcam.
We're having two different face-offs, apparently.
Share the love, multi-ball.
Well, that's, yeah, I still maintain we should be doing multi-ball instead of a shootout. I've been saying it for 20 years.
York now. Victoria trying to clear it out, short-handed. Let's face it, JD, the last 2 goals that Victoria have scored have been short-handed.
They have.
Both to Ashley Aparicio. Up against the boards, York against Messina. And it'll come back in the favour of the ACT. I'll look to clear it out. Were you about to say that Aparicio is not on the ice?
I was absolutely about to say that Ash Aparicio is not on the ice at the moment, so she can't score.
It's like we're psychic.
It's like we've done this together before.
Hasn't been as often as you think, actually.
Or do we just talk a lot of nonsense?
ACT working it straight up the middle. 35 seconds of their power play remaining. York has no support. Lots of Victorian players back there, though. They've been really aggressive on the penalty kill. Zhang firing it in. The puck's free. Helpful paddle there of Davis Tope. Back now for Zhang. Zhang thinks about power drive. She has a certain Hope Newman to deal with there. And it was great work by Newman, cross-checking. So Newman's about to say hello to the penalty box after that one. 2 minutes for cross-checking.
She most certainly will. Hello, Newman. No mail delivery where you're going.
Oh, well, they called it a slash, but I would have given it a cross-check. Same effect.
2 minutes regardless. Going for the sit. And
so
once again, clearly did nothing wrong. If you listen to her.
ACT PPJD.
That's right. Well, and surely you would think it's going to reach the point they've been on that many. Law of averages, they're going to have to get one very shortly off all these power plays.
And this is the thing. Davis Tope hasn't had a lot to do despite all the PPs.
No, she's only had 4 shots on.
We'll do that one again.
Yep. Take 2.
Attacking zone face-off and start of the power play. So our referee heading over towards the Victorian bench.
Slight conference being had down there.
Great view from our bench cam.
It's a very good view from our bench cam. Any lip readers out there want to tell us what's going on down there?
I know one lip reader that's about 50 metres to my left. 8:01 remaining. Attacking zone face-off. So an attacking zone face-off coming up for the ACT in the start of their power play. Attacking zone face-off, ACT. Puck will eventually leave the face-off circle all the way back down, and it will come back now for Island Canyon. And the clock, I believe, may be an issue.
Absolutely an issue with the clock by the sounds of things.
So just have to make some adjustments here to the clock, JD.
Wait for the box to call that up to Judy and Brenda. I think that's Judy.
So lots of jobs here in hockey with a tournament such as this.
Well, so many of them are thankless and unsung as well. Like your scorers and your timekeepers, who are spending just as much time here as your officials, as those of us in production.
So the short-handed Victoria on the ice with Ashley Aparicio, who has scored both Victorian goals short-handed.
Let's see if she can go for 3. Now the whistle's gone again.
Are you wearing a hat, JD? No, you're not.
No, if I was, I'll chuck yours.
That's a beanie, and I want it back.
That's fine.
It's an IHA beanie, and I want it back.
That's all right. Ray will get it back for you.
I was going to say, is Ray even here?
He did the Zamboni before. Sorry, guys. We've just gone off on our own tangent. Because as I usually say when there's a stoppage, just talk amongst yourselves.
So we're just sorting out the issue on the clock, I presume. So 7:54 remaining. The power play has only just started for the ACT. Victoria, for their point of view, JD, are at the correct end of the ice for them.
They most certainly are. Because they're going to want to win this. I mean, Aparicio is going to want to get it herself and shoot it if history's shown us anything. But look, she's got Brittany Mendham out there with her, who, never afraid of scoring goals. But she's also currently stuck in conversation with the ACT girls, so.
Minute 53 on the ACT power play. They're at the wrong end. It comes back for Island Canyon. Near the door of doom, trying to clear it out. Ebony Brunt now, going for a skate down the right-hand side. Aparicio comes back. Pocket picked almost by the ACT. Cafe corner now. Just assessing her options, seeing where her teammates are, seeing where the ACT jerseys are. Goes to the left-hand side. No icing on the penalty kill. Minute 25 of the ACT power play. You could be forgiven, JD, for thinking that Victoria are on the power play.
You would almost think so.
ACT working out their right-hand side. All the way back down. ACT on the power. Oh, that would have been a great chance for Pickering, but she couldn't connect. And that'll come back in towards neutral ice with 1 minute remaining in the ACT power play. Heavy collision in neutral ice. Wide there of Moonen, who really hasn't been that busy.
Not when you look at those numbers. It's 7 and 4. Neither of them really had a lot to do. It's just, as I said earlier, it's been a defensive game.
And saved there by Davis Tope. 6:40 on the big clock, 39 seconds on the small clock in the favour of the ACT.
And what's on the rocket clock, Eric?
Where's the rocket clock?
I don't know. It's a play school reference.
I didn't watch a lot of play school. I never watched the ABC much as a kid, believe it or not.
You poor sheltered little man.
I've sort of made up for it.
Yeah, that's true.
But
all right.
The puck will eventually leave the face-off circle. Victoria looking to clear it out. 30 seconds on the ACT power play. Can't reel it in. Zhang. All the way back down. And that'll come back for icing.
It shouldn't. Bella Raimondo having a quiet word about that. And she's one of those players. She doesn't do anything super flashy, but she's always where she needs to be. Such just a solid little performer coming out of Melbourne.
So back to centre ice. So your summary of the situation, JD, is A-OK. Back now. 18 seconds remaining of the ACT power play. Mutton kept in the zone by Victoria. Short-handed. Moonen finally called into action, which must seem like an eternity with all the stoppages. Shot fired, very close call. Another opportunity. Moonen's there. The noise in this building for what's a relatively small crowd's amazing. Oh, shot was very, very close. That'll come all the way back down. I just hear, JD, lots of screaming.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's coming from the audience or from the Melbourne bench.
I think I'm also hearing a bit from the ACT bench. I am closer to the Victorian bench. So lots of noise coming from the ACT bench. Victoria looking to go on the attack. Power play over. And back in a neutral ice, Paige Cameron. And it'll come back flung in via the ACT. Just wish we could call them CBR. I miss actually calling CBR, but that's another topic for another time. And that'll come back now for Zhang. Up near corporate corner. Zamboni out in just under 5 minutes. 5-on-5 hockey, but for how long? ACT, they cleared out. Some good soccer skills there by Pickering. Centering pass, but only found Paige Cameron. That's a nice pass here for Victoria. Casham wanders in slightly past the outstretched glove of Moonen. Battle in the corner, 17-on-17 in Zamboni corner. High again. And Emma Moonen there with the save.
Emma Moonen with that glove. It actually looked like she wasn't sure if she was going to keep it or play it. Then she looked around, saw a bunch of players, and opted better to freeze it. And that's got to be a fine line as a goalie to determine when to do that and when not to, which I imagine is an experience thing.
Attacking zone face-off coming up. Aparicio will take it to the left-hand or glove side of Emma Moonen. Centering in the slot there. Aparicio, the puck is in the back of the net. Aparicio again, right in the thick of the action. There's lots of dancing going on.
Dance off. That would be her third of the evening.
Hang on, let me step away from JD before he throws my beanie onto the ice. Beanie. If there is beanie to be yeeted, it will be yeeted by me. God, I sound old when I say that.
I know, right?
back to centre ice we go. 3-0 with 4:20 remaining.
That one doesn't count. It wasn't short-handed.
You throw your hat when you throw your hat, JD. And that'll come back for icing.
Slowly making their way down the far end.
To be fair, it is 4 minutes before the Zamboni break.
That is true. They've been playing for 26 minutes straight.
Attacking zone face-off coming up for Victoria. Flung in from distance. Here's an opportunity for Mutton. Mutton with a good advantage here. Mutton fires and a good save there by Davis Tate.
Got it. Caught her own rebound.
Got the rebound. Mutton gets one back for the ACT.
Caught her own rebound coming in. We'll have a look at the replay here. We'll see she breaks out, comes straight past the Melbourne defender, and this is experience. Catches it, gets back in there, doesn't just leave it, catches her own rebound and flings it in.
I wasn't sure if she'd actually have the speed because the Victorian player was rapidly coming from behind her.
Oh yeah.
But she did.
She got there. And this is a very important coaching technique I've learnt recently from listening to podcasts, is always go back for your own rebound. And then, clearly it works.
So 3-1 now with 4 minutes remaining in the second period before the Zamboni comes out. Mendham back behind the Moonan net. Victoria looking to go on the attack. There's an arm in the air. The penalty box door will be opening again.
And I'm imagining that they're not guilty of whatever they did. Dow.
Yes, score a goal, get a penalty, yeah.
Off she goes. Number 16, Diamantina Dow. Bye, Tina.
Oh, there's some very interesting names looking through all these 4 tournaments.
Oh, there always is. And I love it. 100% here for it.
So Mutton's second goal of the tournament unassisted. So Aparicio today with goals 2, 3 and 4. The last one assisted by Marion. 3:49 remaining. The start of the Victorian power play. They've had lots of penalty killing to do. Now they're on the power play. Island Canyon eating valuable seconds in the corner. Reinforcements arriving from both teams. ACT looking to clear it out. Can only make it out so far. Here's Yates now. Electing to go towards the right-hand side. Saved there by Moonan. A Zamboni corner. Messina. Past the stick of Yates. Battle on the half wall. 3 minutes before the Precision Zamboni driving team comes out. Yates doing a mountain of work up against the ACT player. Kept in the zone via Raimondo. Eating valuable seconds with 1 minute remaining on the power play. Lots of board battles kept in the zone by Raimondo. It will come back now. Yates up against the board. The puck hasn't done a lot of moving in this PP, JD.
It really hasn't.
Now the ACT clear it out. That'll come all the way back down. No icing on the penalty kill. It's left for Isabella Raimondo. Haven't had to say that name a lot lately until this tournament.
No, see what I mean though? She's right place, right time.
Absolutely. She's looked at the skill, going wide, drawing a tripping penalty as well. And the power play will continue for Victoria. The penalty box is about to get that little bit more fuller for the ACT.
It certainly is.
So a brief moment, 5-on-3 for 22 seconds.
As Angela Stokes goes for a rest over there. If ever Emma Moonan was going to stand on her head to keep this team in this game, it's now.
Attacking zone face-off, Aparicio, hat-trick already. Cross-ice pass on the left-hand side, firing. Moonan, watchful on the right-hand post. Victoria on the power play. And on a 5-on-3 advantage for the next 5 seconds. I'll have to watch for the ACT player coming back. Just managing to keep it in the zone. Drop pass here for Yang. Sending it wide. No action required by Moonan. So we're now on a 5-on-4 power play for the next minute 25 for Victoria. 90 seconds remaining on the big clock, minute 20 on the small clock. Victoria now on the charge, trying to fire but just spraying it slightly wide. Yang with a look around, wraparound opportunity, and Aparicio looking for goal number 4. Emma Moonen was sprawled.
We need to have a look at this one.
Desperation there. The net coming off its moorings. Emma Moonen sprawled. Fun fact, I actually worked with Emma's father.
I think I knew this.
I'm pretty sure you did. He may even be in the building. I'm not sure. I haven't seen him yet. So Dow will come onto the ice. Hope Newman will take the attacking zone face off. Minute 18 on the big clock. Minute 7 on the small clock for the Victorian power play. So we're just sorting out something somewhere. Our referee's having a chat with the ACT bench. Lots of chat on the Victorian bench.
Lots of chat coming from down there.
Most of it I probably don't understand.
No, I do believe I'm hearing some colourful metaphors from down there as well.
So minute 18 on the big clock. So an attacking zone face-off and the continuation of the Victorian power play. Mendham now, right-hand circle. Back now for Messina. Messina fires, almost deflected in front. A couple of opportunities where that puck could have went. Behind the net, centering. Trying to clear it out. The ACT, Victoria still with it. Mendham in some traffic, losing possession. They just need to fire it out, ACT, and they do. That will come all the way back down. No icing on the penalty. Kill Zamboni out in 45 seconds. You're not going to tell her about that, are you, JD?
No.
Back now on the right-hand side. ACT looking to go on the attack there by Pickering, but it was just weight of Victoria numbers. And here's a nice move from Brunt. 27 seconds remaining in the period. Some 2-on-2 action. Messina up against Brunt, the number 2. Victoria into neutral ice now. It'll come back now with 10 seconds remaining in the period. Penalty box door opens. Back to 5-on-5 hockey with 7 seconds remaining in the period. Time will just about expire. The puck on the stick of Ebony Brunt does manage to get the shot in before the end of the period. Deflected into Cafe Corner, and Victoria 3-1 over the ACT.
Look, this is still not an insurmountable mountain. Say that 10 times fast.
No, thank
for
you.
the ACT girls and women. It's the way they're all playing. There's still 12 v 7 shots on goal. It's still a relatively low shooting game. If they can just get past that Victorian defensive line, always a challenge, they can possibly put a few away. But the other thing that you've got to look at, that was the first time Ebony Brunt ripped one of her shots. She's always good for a couple of goals in games. We saw this in the last game when she won in that shootout. I haven't seen much from her yet this afternoon. I'm expecting her to come out swinging in that third period.
So we'll see if she does come out swinging in the third period.
To go to the penalty box.
So a 3-1 lead to Ashley Aparicio's Victorian team against the ACT. We'll be back in about 12 minutes for the resumption of play. Back soon. Welcome back to Hunter Ice Skating Stadium. Very interesting intermission break. Victoria JD leading ACT 3-1.
They certainly are. But look, as we've said many a time, these Canberra girls that we can see here, they can do it. They can come back. They don't have to climb like an entire mountain range. 2 goals gets them to overtime. Shootout. We've seen them win in one. Not impossible.
So Victoria are at the top of the mountain. They've planted their flag, but ACT can certainly reach it. They don't need a helicopter. Oh, that was loud.
That was a good one. I'm not quite sure what it was, but we sort of came back through at the same time that the Victorian players were coming back to their bench, and they were singing enthusiastically, loudly. That's the end of the story.
It's funny that I got to say hi to Ashley Aparicio before you did.
Oh, look, just because you're friends with a player doesn't mean they're going to notice you when you're standing next to them while they're talking to someone.
But that's the sort of thing you can be like shoulder to shoulder 5 seconds before someone's about to go onto the ice.
Yeah, 100%.
15 minutes on the clock. The Ashley Aparicio hat-trick Victorians. 3-1 against the ACT. Shots on favouring Victoria 12-7. And the volume in this arena, considering how few people there are in it from either benches, is just amazing. Can't understand what's being said.
Yeah, it's the players.
It's just loud.
They're having a great time.
Oh, they certainly are. Victoria having a great time at the top of the mountain. Zamboni corner, clearing it out. Tapped on there by Yang. Whacked in there by Dow. And that'll come back down for Victoria. 7-on-7. Pickering can't get the better one of that one. And that will come back to clear it out. Victoria in the form of Johnson. Up against the board, Zamboni corner. Victoria looking to clear it out. Kept in there by Pickering. First minute of play. Ebony Brunt with it. Trying to clear it out. Getting opposition by Aparicio, who regains possession. Aparicio clearing it out. Having some support there on the left-hand side to clear it out in the form of Johnson. Flung back in the general direction of Davis-Tope, and that will come back for icing.
It certainly will. And look, these girls have left nothing behind. They've come out swinging, as I predicted, not literally, metaphorically.
Not penalty box wise.
Not penalty box worthy, no. But they've come out firing, and look, this could still go anyone's way, unless Aparicio scores on some more power plays. No, penalty kills rather.
I was going to say there's a couple of shorties there.
They were both shorties, the first two.
Trying to clear it out of the ACT end. Well kept in the zone via Victoria. Island Canyon back with it into Cafe Corner. Clearing it out. Opportunity now, Brunt on the right-hand side. Losing possession, though, up against the boards for Mayer. In the slot, the puck's just free. Taking opportunity, calls of shoot from the bench. There was one player there. Oh, there's another opportunity. There was a Victorian player there, just seemingly oblivious to where the puck was. Coming back now, Dibley Kenyon, the lone hand for the ACT at the moment as they were line changing. Victoria looking to clear it out. Intercepted though, and that will come all the way back down, and it will come back for Isabella Raimondo. Tries to clear it out, but has some opposition by Dow. Up against the boards near the Victorian bench. Centering, and it will come back for Jessica Zhang. Nice pass briefly, but only as far as Raimondo. It'll come back now. A cross-ice pass there from Stokes near the ACT bench. Sending Cashin for a skate. Cashin centering. Couldn't find anybody in Victorian blue. It'll come back for Messina. Messina now with it, trying to squeeze through a gap. Couldn't. Flung in there. It was a good fling in by Tara Yates. Cafe Corner. Reinforcements arriving, including Paige Cameron. Zhang with it, clearing it out. Back into neutral ice. Here's an opportunity briefly by Schmitz. Messina been busy, under some pressure. Here's York now. York walks in. York deeks around. Good save. Davis-Tope, left-hand post. York looking to continue her momentum. York there, battling, shown the boards there by Cameron. Now they can try and clear it out. Victoria down their right-hand side. Certainly had something to say about it though, Tank. A bit of a miscue there in neutral ice. Cameron again attacking the puck. With it is Victoria up against the boards. Reinforcements arriving from both teams. The referee just needs to see the puck moving to her satisfaction. Centering, no action required by Davis-Tope. Puck balloons for Horrett. Looking to centre. Centres does. Good shot there from Lucinda York and a good save there by Davis-Tope. I believe the first shot on her this period.
That's the first shot on her in a good long time. As I've said, defensive game is absolutely phenomenal on both sides.
So the Kenyon sisters are on the ice together. The attacking zone face-off for the ACT. Up against the board, centering. Kept in the zone via Dow. And that will come across for Yang. Yang with it now. Getting sent wide. Brunt coming back. Yang, the speedy Yang. No, not that speedy. Did talk with her earlier. Hi, Speedy. Back now. ACT centering via Dilly Kenyon. The puck flung in by Krulak. And that will come back now for Island Kenyon. Funky bounce off the board. Wasn't to Pickering's advantage. Firing, scoring. And that's one of those things. That's puck luck, and the puck luck is all Victoria's way at the moment.
It most certainly is. And what a shot. Let's have a look at it here. She took her time with it. Didn't just fling it. Waited. Sent it across. In.
And guess who?
It wasn't.
Here's the replay. That was a rather unfortunate bounce for Pickering. It looked like it was heading to Pickering. Took a funky bounce. And that's hockey luck. When the hockey gods are smiling on you as they are smiling on Aparicio and the Victorians compared to Pickering and the ACT team, the Mountain JD just got that little bit taller.
It did. And while it's admittedly not looking great at the moment, we've seen these games in this tournament turn around so quickly.
They certainly are. Kept into the zone by Victoria via Johnson. Battle up against the boards. Mayer patrolling the blue line for Victoria. Almost out of the zone now. It'll come back. Here's an opportunity. It'll come back for the ACT. No support at the moment. Reinforcements arriving. And Victoria working it out of their defensive end. Penalty box door, though, JD will be opening.
That's been almost 11 minutes. Oh, no. 6 minutes worth without a penalty. And I imagine she's also not going to have been responsible. Here we go.
So Victoria.
Tank's going for a sit.
So Tank's going to be parked.
It's terrible.
I can't do it with Dave Ferrari anymore, okay?
That's true. So we've got that penalty kill, which more or less has been fairly strong for Canberra at this point.
So the last goal at Ashley Aparicio, her 5th of the tournament, unassisted.
Her 4th of the evening.
Can we call that an assist to the door?
I think so.
Back now for the ACT, clearing it out, back in towards neutral ice. Victoria on the power play for the next minute 45, but they're at the wrong end briefly. Then again, JD, as we've often said, you have to be in the right position.
That's right.
Here's Brunt now looking to be in the right position for her team. Yates now trying to promote the puck for Victoria. Battle on the boards against the half ball. Left now for Paige Cameron. Victoria have to retreat as they're offside. Paige Cameron again. Her first name Paige, my middle name Paige, spelt differently. That was a fun fact I was trying to tell you half a period ago.
Yep. And then I remembered
goes across the face of goal. And it'll come back in towards neutral ice for aforementioned Paige Cameron. Messina, Cameron, got some support on the left-hand side by Cashin. Driving the net. Island Kenyon helps her to the boards. Cleared out. Now, without looking at it, JD, sometimes it's hard to tell who's on the power play and who's on the penalty kill. Here's an opportunity. Good save there. by Victoria. 40 seconds of the power play for Victoria remaining. Let's see what they can do now. Here's Yates. Got some support. Had to watch the offside and didn't.
There it is.
And it'll come outside for a neutral zone face-off.
It most certainly will.
30 seconds of the power play remaining for Victoria.
Still pretty well killed. And then, yeah. What can you say that we haven't already said about the strength of their current penalty kill and defences? You look at it, 14-10 to the shot clock.
So here we go again. Centre ice. Tran promoting the puck towards the right-hand side. Entering the zone, getting around one. In the corner. Cafe corner. 7:28 remaining. Clearing it out. Cross ice pass now. Here's Chan on the left-hand circle. Shot from distance. Aparicio again. Really has put Victoria on her back this game. Aparicio heads up. Coming in our general direction.
That's right.
Landed underneath the central commentary position.
Not the first time that's happened to us.
Oh, there was once at Macquarie where it hit the back wall, ricocheted, and then headed towards the old central commentary position for Bears Radio. That was interesting. Then my co-commentator went and chased the puck because he hadn't had a puck before. 7:07 remaining and Victoria 4-1. Centering pass. ACT looking to get out of here. There's another penalty coming. That recent penalty had expired. Cross-checking the call. Penalty box door will be opening. And Victoria with another chance on the PPJD.
Yep, and Dowell's going back for a little sit-down for misbehaving. A 2-minute timeout to think about what she's done.
Hope Newman waiting to take the attacking zone face-off at the start of another Victorian power play. ACT looking to clear it out now. Just happy to dump it in. No icing on the penalty kill. The puck pinballs around to Zamboni corner. Helped along its way. Here's Newman. Victoria now on the left-hand side via Johnson. Johnson now trying to come in, not making it easy for it. Dilly Kenyon. Cafe corner. The ride continues. Out of the zone now. Unfortunate there for Marion. Picked herself up and assist off one of Aparicio's goals. Entering the zone, Johnson again. Trying to squeeze through a gap. Heads up on the ACT bench.
Well, sharing's caring. If we sent one towards the Melbourne bench, that's only fair that the Victorian bench, rather. It's only fair the ACT bench gets one too.
And sent one towards us.
That's right. I mean, sharing's caring. Everyone deserves a puck. Souvenirs all round.
So a neutral zone face-off closest to the ACT bench. So the very ACT Horaf at the face-off. And that'll come all the way back down for Raimondo. Raimondo battling against Pickering. Hasn't Pickering got some speed?
Oh, look, she's such an underrated little player, that one. She's a bit like Bella Raimondo in that respect, in that she's always where she needs to be, but she's got some wheels on it and she can move.
Here's Cameron entering the zone now. Just happy to chase her own puck. Have a player in the front of the net for the ACT in the form of Island Kenyon. Isabella Raimondo behind the net. Trying to centre. The puck's free. And it's also under the glove and paraphernalia of Emma Moonen.
It was there somewhere.
So replay action here. Love net cam. Moonen very busy on the left-hand post.
And once she got it, she was not moving. Because we've seen it before where a goalie thought it was fine. They've moved and it's fallen over into the net.
Tucking zone face-off. ACT trying to clear it out. Another 35 seconds of the Victoria power play and Moonen called into action again. Now, some people would be aware, but other people may not be. Emma Moonen on loan to the ACT for this tournament.
Correct. Unlike Nikita Horvath.
Clearing it out, the ACT short-handed. Very hard for them to get out of the zone. Firing was Enchun in the slot.
Everybody just getting stuck together. Emma Moonen saves the day again for the ACT.
And that's the thing, JD. There are a lot of skaters, especially in the younger age groups and also in women's hockey. There's lots of forwards, there's lots of D. The goalies union is relatively small and specialised.
The membership is not in the triple digits.
So back now behind the Moonan net. Have pads, have blocker will travel.
That's right.
Centering pass a bit too strong there for Julia Tran. Has some support on the blue line. Winding up, selecting power drive, but off target there. It was Yang. Cross ice passer now for Tran. Tran fires, but just into the stick there of the ACT player. Aparicio in traffic. Trying to clear it out are the ACT. Power play over for Victoria. Here's an opportunity for Mutton, who's all alone. Mutton walks in. Great save there by Davis Tope. The squeals from the Victorian bench say it all. Here comes Victoria, happy to promote the puck, and that will come back, JD, for icing.
It most certainly will. What an example of play that was. JDT absolutely nailed it. 100%. Takes the diving save, almost like she's playing baseball, going for a home run.
Attacking zone face-off. Ebony Brunt will take it against Ashley Aparicio. Centering. Across the ice, Victoria go. Aparicio again. Aparicio monstered there and sent wide there by Stokes. Battle up against the boards. Reinforcements arrive. Taking out, or trying to take over is Yang. ACT clear it out briefly. Now ACT have got a whole right hand side to try and clear it out. Go straight down the middle. Firing, the puck goes behind the net. She got enough on it, Davis Tope. Victoria full of running with 3:40 remaining. They're up by 3. ACT won't die wondering. Mayer finds some support in Mendham. Mendham fires. Deflected off Island Kenyon on the way through. Moonan not called into action as a result. Cafe corner. Cleared out. Here's an opportunity now. Getting sent wide up against the boards. Lots of Victorian players there in numbers as the ACT are trying to climb the mountain. But it seems like for every ACT player, there seems to be 2 Victorian players as Mendham comes out now, squeezing away via past Schmitz. Paige Cameron taking over. Coming in versus Tank, trying to fire, couldn't. Lots of players in the slot, firing from distance. But ACT was there via Horath. Heavy collision, penalty box door will be opening. Hope both players are okay.
Big don't argue.
That was heavy collision. So Jessica Yang up and about and heading towards the penalty box. The Victorian player taking some time to get up to their feet. But okay.
Yeah, moving off under her own power, which is always good to see. Waving off the assistants. She's like, no thank you, Bruce, I'm okay. Yep, Julia Tran by the looks of things. She seems okay. Just got a bell rung a little bit.
So an attacking zone face-off coming up in the start of the power play for Victoria. 2:36 on the big clock, 2 minutes on the small clock as we start to wind down. JD looks at his clock.
5:05 on the rocket clock.
Indeed it is, centering. Here's an opportunity, but getting snuffed out rather quickly there by Casham. Fired in by Stokes. Big rebound off the boards. Helpful paddle there of Davis Tope. Puck now for Victoria down the left-hand side. Casham getting involved. And back now for Victoria entering the zone, looking to fire high and wide past the glove of Moonan. ACT flinging it out. Minute 20 on the power play for Victoria. Isabella Raimondo centering, no Victorian player in that immediate slot area. And it'll back now for Cameron. Cameron, here's a battle. Brunt there against Cameron, and the wall shook there. Up against the boards. 2-on-2 action, the number 2. And that'll come back now for Raimondo. Victoria well and truly at the top of the mountain with their flag in the ground.
You could almost call it at this point.
You could definitely call it at this point, I think. Paige Cameron now, centering pass. ACT, though, won't give up until it reads 0-0-0-0 on the clock.
That's right.
Cleared out Victoria. Tapped on there by Yates. Centre ice Stokes. Flung back in, messing up.
No movement from Emma Moonen at this point.
I don't, even Alyssa wouldn't pull the goal in this situation, JD.
Not at all, not being 3 up. All 3 down.
Victoria on the charge. Moonen comes out of a crease. Victoria on the attack. Aparicio, power play over. 35 seconds remaining on the big clock. Battle up against the board. Victoria have certainly stapled their flag to the pole for their first win in the Stephanie Boxall Championship for 2024.
But I tell you what, they made them work for it.
Oh, absolutely. Here's a last opportunity possibly for the ACT. Great captaincy and great work there by Aparicio. In the corner, Zamboni corner. Victoria just need to control the puck for another 5 seconds. And Victoria, at long last, celebrate their first win in this tournament, JD.
In about a second and a half. There we go. And look, as we've said, the ACT didn't go down without a fight. I mean, it was 4-1, but look at the shots on. There was next to nothing in it. That was absolutely, yeah, they may have got to the top of the mountain, but they made them fight their whole way past there, past the Yetis.
So Victoria, 4 goals. Ashley Aparicio, 4 goals.
So it was Ashley Aparicio 4, ACT 1. Got it.
Ashley Aparicio Appreciation Day by JD.
Oh, look.
And having a look at the ACT, their only goal scorer in the middle of all that was Mutton, an unassisted goal, her second of the tournament. Emma Moonen, fantastic effort. Very briefly got to say to her at the start of this game. Had a fantastic game indeed. Handshakes all around. Victoria must be happy to finally get the WJD.
They would be. So how do we see the rest of the Boxall tournament playing out from here? Who's your odds-on favourite? Because there's no clear standout for me, as I was saying earlier.
I don't think there is one, JD.
What do the numbers tell us, Uncle Eric?
Well, the numbers, whoever turns up, it's going to be a cliche. Whoever scores more goals at the end of the day, it is a cliche. Anybody, I think, can beat anybody on any given day.
That's right.
And that's what's happened so far in this tournament.
It's been an absolutely unpredictable tournament as a result.
So the circle of appreciation at the end.
I like it.
Which is quite cool. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Hope you have enjoyed the game. As always, JD, thanks to you and the hardworking Thought Fox Media crew. We will see you for the next game very, very soon. Victoria for ACT 1, Steph Boxall Tournament, Ice Hockey Australia Championships from the Hunter Ice Skating Stadium. Eric Brook, JD, signing out. Goodbye for now.